My name's Greg. I'm owner of TeachersTreeService, and we're here today to plant a tree. And it seems like a simple thing. I mean, in this case, this is a giant tree, but there's a lot of steps to planting a tree that have to be done right. And the primary step that needs to be done right is how deep to plant it. And we see this done incorrectly often by professionals as well as by homeowners. And the part about it that's concerning is you don't see the symptoms for 10 to 15 years after you plant it. The first thing I'd like to point out is you can see from the dark part here where the tree was tied when the burlap was on it. And a lot of times people think that's where you plant it because that's how it came from the nursery. But then when we untie it, there's a dirt line. And so then they think, well, maybe that's where we plant it. We just leave it like that and then put it in the ground. And that's not the correct spot either, because when you lift it up with equipment, a lot of times that dirt will inch up the trunk, and the cellular structure of the bark and the roots are completely different. And you can imagine when a tree grows from a seed, it sorts that out perfectly. And so the first thing we want to do is take a tool out and find out where the primary roots to this tree are. And so just gently dig. And you can see right away these little adventitious roots. They're not the roots we're looking for. And they're actually going to end up being girdling roots. And if you want to know about girdling roots, look at our girdling root video, which is awesome. And this is where they start, right here, all these little roots. So, already I'm down an inch or two, and I haven't found any primary roots yet. And so this one's been sitting in the nursery. We'll find that these little adventitious roots grow around the trunk. So now we're getting deeper, and this is an actual root. It's not ideally suited, but right here is a primary root really flaring out. So we could probably, like here's the line where the tree should be planted. Like right here is where it was tied. So we found our planting level. Now we can measure this, and we can dig the hole a little bit shallower than that. We'll set the tree in. We'll take a grinder and cut all the basket off and pull the burlap off. A lot of times people think this burlap will disintegrate, but I found that sometimes even after 20 or 30 years, we can cut down a tree and grind a stump, and this burlap will just start coming right out of the ground. And sometimes they treat it to prevent roots from growing through it, which is the exact opposite of what you want, but it's what they do want in the nursery. It's what you don't want once it's planted. So we take the burlap off, and you can't dig a hole too wide, but you can dig it too deep. And so we'll start with that process. All right, now we have the tree in the ground. We dug our hole pretty wide, and we got it at the right level. As you can see, this is where it was tied here. And this was all dirt. We excavated the top of the root ball until we got a nice root flare here. And slightly below there are primary roots. We add a little bit of compost. And next we're going to mulch it, not up against the trunk, and do our final cleanup, and the tree will be planted. If you plant a tree 3 inches too deep, just this too deep, it will cut the tree's lifespan by 50%. If you plant it at the right level or too high, it has no effect on the tree's lifespan.